You'll be impressed with the screen if you've seen the front of the Red Magic 8 Pro. However, not everyone is interested in gaming phones, so you might be looking for a regular phone with a Red Magic 8 Pro screen. Nubia clearly understands what we think, and this phone is intended for those people. Because it's Nubia's top flagship phone, the Z50 Ultra has to have a larger sensor on the back, so the back panel isn't as clean as the Red Magic 8 Pros. It's more of a Z40S upgrade than a Z50, with a more similar design. The Z50 Ultra's flat frame and screen, 6.8 inches, and 228 grams weight make it difficult to hold. However, the advantage is that such a design is one of a kind, and you can recognize the phone from 5 meters away. The Z50 Ultra also includes a customizable alert slider. The default function is to turn on the camera, indicating that the company is confident in its camera system. The Z50 Ultra has infrared, NFC, and dual nano SIM slots, but no IP68 protection. Personally, I like the square design because it is unique and beautiful. It stands to reason that the first sale in China exceeded 100 million renminbi. This large and complete screen is identical to that of the Red Magic 8 Pro, and both are made from BOE's OLED panel. The resolution is 1116p with a refresh rate of 120 Hz. At low brightness, 1440 Hz high-frequency PWM dimming is used, which can be changed to DC-like dimming in the developer options. In the oblique view, there is no significant color shift, and the E is less than 1. The bezel is very narrow, and there are no holes in the screen, making it a very good screen overall. Let's concentrate on this aspect of the front camera. It almost completely conceals the front camera, as does the Axon 40 Ultra. Although the front camera on the Z50 Ultra cannot be completely hidden in any state, it can be found when looking closely at low brightness. But, believe me, you won't notice it in 99% of the cases. For the under-display camera, the screen specifications have resulted in some compromises. The maximum brightness of the full screen, for example, is low, making it difficult to see the content in bright sunlight. Resolution cannot reach 2K, which remains a challenge that ZTE and BOE must overcome in the future. This under-display camera has always been unfriendly to selfie enthusiasts. When the conditions are harsh, such as poor backlight or a dark environment, the photos taken by this front camera do not look good. Furthermore, if you take a picture in the right environment, it's still not as good as a regular phone, but the AI algorithm makes it relatively clear. The video, despite the fact that it supports 1080p resolution, appears to be 720p or even 480p. In any case, the front camera's image quality improvement is minor. People who have high expectations for selfies should avoid purchasing this phone. The Z50 Ultra's processor is a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 with UFS 4.0 and LPDDR5X, and the results in 3D Mark and the latest Geekbench 6 show that it is a flagship phone. Downclocking has issues in the CPU throttling test, but it has no effect on your gaming experience. The gaming performance of the Z50 Ultra is stunning, just like that of its brother, the Red Magic 8 Pro. It doesn't appear to be stressed in Genshin Impact Sumeru. It has one of the best gaming performances of any non-gaming phone, with an average frame rate of 57 frames per second. Although there was some lag when you first entered the game due to the mapping loading, it quickly became very smooth and stable. However, this results in higher temperatures and higher power consumption, which is why the Red Magic 8 Pro has a built-in fan. You can also switch to balance mode in game space, which lowers the temperature but locks the maximum frame rate at 50. If you run out of power while playing games, you can use bypass charging. So Nubia gives you the option of selecting a high frame rate and a high temperature, or a low frame rate and a low temperature. The camera on the Z50 Ultra first impressed us with its stability. It produces excellent images regardless of the environment or time of day. It's difficult for me to evaluate the pros and cons of different phones. Because there is nothing I can say about its image quality. Colors that pop, clarity that shines, and a wide dynamic range. Not only does the main camera perform admirably, but all three lenses do as well. This is unusual because most phones perform admirably with only the primary camera. If I had to pick one flaw with the Z50 Ultra, it would be the camera experience. The buttons for switching lenses in night mode, for example, are located below the viewfinder and are difficult to press with one hand. There's also a sliding switch that only activates the camera's street mode. If you don't like using filters in your photos, the only option is to disable them in street mode. So when you open the camera with the sliding switch later, it's in normal mode. The battery for the Z50 Ultra is a full 5000 mAh cell. The disadvantage of a single cell is that it cannot accept excessive charging power, and 80 watt is not particularly high power today. It takes 40 minutes to charge completely. However, the advantage of a single cell is that it increases the battery's durability. Although the power consumption of the game session is similar for everyone, the dual-cell battery clearly outperforms other sessions. The difference in battery life will be more noticeable after a year or two. However, as a flagship phone, the Z50 Ultra's lack of wireless charging is a huge disappointment. There are no obvious drawbacks to the system. It feels like MIUI Lite to me, and many places are very similar to MIUI. On the desktop, for example, the message center is on the left side and the control center is on the right. Display settings custom color wheel. After receiving a message, swipe to open the floating window. This super wallpaper is also very similar. After all, MIUI is a better system, so I believe this is a good thing. So you don't have to worry about MyOS being too far behind other systems, at least not in my opinion. Overall, the Nubia Z50 is not only versatile but also one of a kind. Whether it's gaming, photography, or battery life, everything is excellent. And the 35mm main camera and full-screen display are features that no other phone can match. In addition, when compared to other flagship phones, the Z50 Ultra is reasonably priced. If you want to try a phone without a notch or a hole punch, there's no one better than the Z50 Ultra.